Every year, new manga gets published. I mean, that's just a yearly cycle at this point. Like new anime every season, there's new manga all the time. And yeah, there's some pretty bad ones, but there's some pretty okay ones, and then there's some really good ones. At this point, the market, though, is kind of a little bit oversaturated. With the massive amounts of manga being isekais and shonens at this point, we're getting stories like Woof Woof Story, I told you to turn me into a pampered pooch, not Fenrir. And we're also getting stuff like I reincarnated into a vending machine, which just shows how out of hand these mangas are starting to get. As of writing this, there's only been a few mangas that I consider to be fairly good. And some of those are The Climber, Oyasumi Pompon, and Vagabond, just to name a few. You might be wondering,
What the fuck? Where's Berserk?
I don't really have an answer to your question. I just really haven't got around to reading Berserk. That's the best answer I could give you. While we're on this amazing topic about manga, let's talk about one of the series that is currently in Young Jump. If you don't know what Young Jump is, it's a manga magazine that has published several well-known series such as Gantz, Tokyo Ghoul, and it's currently publishing series such as Kaguya-sama Love is War, Kingdom, and Rio. It mainly focuses around seinen, so as you can tell, those are pretty seinen-ish series, and it's currently housing what I can consider one of my favorite mangas from 2020 and 2021 so far. Shounen no Abyss. Fair warning though, I'm probably gonna spoil the whole entire thing for you, so if you have any inclination to actually read Shounen no Abyss, then go read it before you watch this video, because I am quite lonely and I like friends to talk to, so I'm gonna get everything off my chest. Shounen no Abyss, also known as Boys Abyss by Ryo Minami, is amazing. Why, you may ask? Simply put, it's edgy and scratches an itch that I didn't know I had. You like yanderes? Perfect. This story has one. You like idols? This story has one. You like sex? I mean, who doesn't? This story is truly a jack of all trades, and the suspense of waiting for every new chapter to be translated on a weekly basis makes me feel like a heroin addict doing anything remotely possible to get my next dose. Similarly to Kaneki Ken's feelings. I can't get enough of this story, to the point where I live and breathe it. I've reread all 44 currently published chapters 3 times. The only story that have caused me to reread the story multiple times is Chainsaw Man. And while we're on the topic of Chainsaw Man, have you guys seen the newly released body pillows? Oh my god, bro! Okay, look, watch. I'm gonna show them really quick because I don't want this video to get deleted. But 3, 2, 1. All right. Yep. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Well, anyways, Shounen no Abyss follows high school student Reiji Kurusu, whose life pretty much sucks. He lives in a lackluster town where he repeats the mundanities of everyday life, and that's pretty much all of it. He's burdened by his family, childhood friends, and hopes of any future. Life really just hasn't been looking up for him, and to get away from it, he seeks a getaway, and that getaway ends up being an idol group named Acrylic, which, ironically, he ends up meeting the lead singer working at a convenience store, and then he sleeps with her. But turns out she's got a husband, but that's a story for another time. Reiji does not only sleep with an idol singer, but his best friend as well as his homeroom teacher. You might be thinking, this just seems like a story of a horny teenager, but no, it's not, you see? Shounen no Abyss tackles subjects of suicide, depression, and the fact that sometimes in life, we're just given a bad hand. Reiji's whole life has been far from good. His mother sleeps with his childhood best friend's father for money. His dad was abusive and left him at a young age. His brother's a shut-in, and his grandmother has Alzheimer's. His life is far from perfect, and because of all this, he's stuck. He's stuck taking care of his family because none of them can take care of themselves. Nagi-O's role in Reiji's eyes are of a savior. Nagi provides a relief to his mundane life, a change of pace that he hadn't experienced before, to the point where he would be happy to end his life with her. Even after supporting him, Nagi never receives the same affection from Reiji, in terms of the fact that he never truly asks what's wrong with her. And this is highlighted when her husband, Esamori, who tells him, "You only use her for your own gain, and she provides you with the comfort nobody else did, and that's the only reason you're attracted to her." Now, that's some pretty deep shit. Reiji and Nagi agree to end their lives together at a famous location called Lover's Abyss. A typhoon hits along the same time as when they agreed to die, and that kind of cuts their suicide short. Now you see, Yuri Shibusawa, also known as Shiba Sensei, who's Reiji's homeroom teacher, sees them and stops the car and convinces him to come with her, which she then proceeds to take him to her house to dry up. Now, doesn't this kind of sound familiar? Oh my god, what am I watching? Oh, he's underage. Anyways, unlike Akizuki in Garden of Words, Reiji actually ends up sleeping with his teacher. Of course, any man would wonder how Reiji bagged his baddie of a teacher, but don't worry, I took notes. In order to do so, you have to be number 1, edgy, and 2, have a heart-to-heart, where in turn it allows for the teacher to spread her legs to your magnificent puppy dog eyes. That being said, I have to put it to the test, and let me just say, one suspension later and I am a new man and I will never fall for such cheap tricks. Men, do not do what Reiji's doing. He's a trained professional. This whole sleeping shenanigans allows for Shiba Sensei to feel the touch of a man, well, in this case, an underage boy. Due to this, she becomes clouded and confused with what one could assume to be lust or fake love, which then leads to her obsession over Reiji's big, heart. His big heart. That being said, you might think Shiba Sensei isn't all there in the head, but I actually believe that she is fundamentally correct. Her beliefs stand with the idea that Reiji's surroundings are hindering his progress, and that his home is also a bad influence. She goes as far as to offer to pay for his college so he can leave this town as long as she is the only woman in his life. If that were me, shit, you know what I would do? Free college? I'm struggling to pay for that shit as it is, and free punani for life. Come on now. This dynamic though between what's right and what's wrong helps create what I can safely say to be one of the best characters the story has to offer. Soon after sleeping with the goddess herself, his best friend, Sakuko Akiyama, also known as Chako, finds out that he slept with 2 other women, and of course, not her. Being his best friend, she also feels entitled to his big, ginormous heart. In a fit of anger and jealousy, she asks Reiji if she isn't a woman in his eyes. He replies simply that she is special, and that's why he hasn't slept with her. He also goes out of his way to tell her if they sleep together, she won't be special anymore, because then she'll just be like the rest. Who would have guessed it though? They end up sleeping together, then boom! Reiji has a stalker. Can you guess who? Shiba fucking Sensei. She heard everything and is plotting something. She confronts Reiji, but then Reiji makes the biggest mistake possible. He tells her he just wants to have a student to teach a relationship. Oh, Reiji, who in their right mind would give up something so precious? Like, come on, who this is like every boy's dream. Oh my god. Simply put, I'm pretty outraged at this. But don't worry, so is Shiba Sensei. Shibusawa not only listens to Reiji, but she does exactly what a teacher would do. She reports Chako to her school as she tells them she was having an explicit relationship with one of her students, which costs Chako a letter of recommendation as well as her ability to be in the student council, pretty much ruining any dreams she had about going off to university in Tokyo. Of course, she is also banned from seeing Reiji. Bummer, isn't it? You might be asking, where the hell is Nagi? Well, she is gone. Yeah, she got up and left without saying a word and appears back with the idol group Acrylic, even though she wasn't happy with her life then. It's kind of a letdown, but it makes her seem like some mysterious person, and honestly, I can't wait to see more of her. With that being said, Shiba only has one person to worry about, and that's Reiji's mother. She asks Reiji's mother to give him up, but not for free, of course. She offers 10 million yen to buy Reiji from her. Yes, you heard that right, 10 million yen. Well, we don't know if Reiji's mother actually gives up Reiji, or if she even accepts the 10 million yen to begin with, because that's the latest chapter, and I honestly can't wait to read more. All in all, Shounen no Abyss is an amazing psychological drama. While the story isn't perfect, and some of its flaws lie in the fact that some of the other characters such as Nagi's husband or the childhood best friend aren't explored enough, or the lack of a solid narrative, it makes do with what it has, and what it has is perfect. Each chapter leaves you on the edge of your seat wanting more, and there's some pretty amazing art. The story truly lies in the hands of the four main girls and Reiji, which they truly make it shine. I haven't been disappointed yet, and I don't think I will be anytime soon. And I just hope it doesn't pull something like Domestic Girlfriend. And yeah, that's why I truly believe this is the manga everyone should be reading.